And now, before the meditation, what are we going to talk about? For who doesn't know me yet, my name is Gian Carlo Zazzeri. I live in Tuscany, and I am a shaman from family background, because on my mom's side, my mom is half French, half Mauritian, and she's a bit Irish as well. There are lots of different family backgrounds, and my uncle was a shaman on the island of Mauritius. I knew him when I was a little kid, and he healed my kneecap with a certain ritual using sacred geometry and certain prayers, and my kneecap was healed. And this was my initiation, let's say. And from there, my pathway continued, even if I was born with certain gifts. But at the end of the day, we are all born with certain gifts. But when we go down the track of our life, we have the tendency to forget who we are, right? From our very birth, because we are starting to be, let's say, so conditioned by the everyday life of the external environment. We are so conditioned by the external world and by society. Our parents start to teach us in their own ways, but it's okay, it's fine. But at the same time, we lose this fundamental perspective of ourselves. Where do we truly come from? Who are we really? Okay, and what are we really capable of doing? It's all down to energy, it's all down to consciousness, it's all down to spirit. Okay, it's all down to vibrational frequencies. And yes, this is a really great mystery. Anyway, beyond being shaman, I am a metaphysicist and even a shamanic musical composer and counselor. Anyway, why am I here? I am here to talk about a modality that I've been teaching in Dubai for a while, and it's starting to get more and more known. And it is a new, let's say, approach in energy healing that I've decided to call Transcendental Quantum Reiki, okay? Which is, let's say, the result of years and years and years of my personal experience and years of my personal growth throughout my lifetime as a practitioner, as a teacher. And it's a method that I channeled myself from my spirit guides and developed. And it is the combination of hypnosis, shamanism, and quantum physics. Because when we are walking through the mystery of spirituality, let's say, we mainly interrogate ourselves to try and look for the sense of things, right? And being a metaphysicist, because, you know, to understand spirituality and to make it functional for our everyday life, we have to even have a down-to-ground perspective on spirituality to make it functional, to make sure that our spiritual pathway helps us to become the best version of ourselves as human beings here on earth. Okay, to then realize what we have to realize in our lives, to understand what our mission is all about. But let's say the main key is to understand how to become the best version of ourselves in our everyday life. So that's why I've always had the scientific and spiritual perspective. It's always been my mission to try and combine the two things together in a perfectly harmonious and balanced way. And yes, Transcendental Quantum Reiki has come out. Of course, maybe someone may be thinking, but it's Reiki, it may be another level of Reiki or whatsoever. I've already done Reiki, but believe me, it's something totally different and it's something totally new. Okay, I've been teaching it in different parts of the world, America, Canada, here in Italy, and Australia, because the method has been developed in Australia. And now it's the third time that I'm bringing it to Dubai. And let's say that the method has developed very, very beautiful, powerful energy healers. And let's say that it can be considered, according to the times that we are living in, the next evolutionary step in energy healing. Why? Because if you're already into energy healing practice, if you've already done Reiki, for an example, if you've already done access bars, or if you've already done theta healing, for an example, Transcendental Quantum Reiki can become a booster to your own energy healing capabilities, because it opens up your channels in a far more wider way. And why? Because it is based upon the principle and the mystery of the hidden chakra that we have within ourselves, that chakra that we don't know properly yet, which I like to call the chakra of revelations, or let's say the divine singularity. And why divine singularity? Because we are indeed, according to the perspective of Transcendental Quantum Reiki, according to what I teach to my students, the infinite encased in infinite spaces, from the infinitely great to the infinitely small, to the levels of the atoms, where through there we encounter the very heart of creation, which is divine singularity that guides us to see how we are infinitely great again. And this is, let's say, divine consciousness. This is, let's say, the infinite matrix of the soul, us as the infinite encased in infinite spaces. And of course, to understand this, we have to understand the mystery of sacred geometry and the mystery of, let's say, the higher heart chakra, okay? The chakra of revelations, because this is our spiritual center. This is where all the energy conveys. It's in between the throat and the lower heart chakra. And this is where we have our spiritual temple. This is where we manifest the necessary energy to convey in our everyday lives and for ourselves and for the others through Transcendental Quantum Reiki. And I would like to, let's say, to share some slides, okay? So let's see if I can share some slides here. One moment. Here we go. Now let me share the first slide. Can you all see the slides? Okay. Now, since my childhood, I've always had a particular spiritual guide, two spiritual guides to be exact, okay? One is called the Archangel Metatron, and the other one is called the Count of Saint Germain, the keeper of the ultraviolet fire of life. Because Transcendental Quantum Reiki is based upon the very highly powerful cleansing and transformative energy of the ultraviolet fire of life, which is the energy of this archangel called the Archangel Metatron. These are my drawings that I channeled years ago, okay? And of course, not many of you know the Archangel Metatron. There are many archangels and there are many angels. We all know Michael, we all know other archangels, but when we're talking about the Archangel Metatron, we are talking about the archangel of the times of the revelation, the archangel that opens up our consciousness to expand it, to evolve. It's the archangel of evolution on the level of consciousness and DNA. And since we are going for a very particular transitional moment here on Mother Earth, this is the energy which is irradiating Mother Earth from the very center of the galaxy. And this type of energy is also known, as it manifests throughout the cosmos, as the ultraviolet gamma ray energy, okay? Which according to science is known to be the most powerful, cleansing, purifying energy and transformative energy. But for metaphysicists on etherical level, it is indeed a very powerful, protective, transformative energy indeed on etherical level, okay? Because in the cosmos, we know it as the gamma ray, but on etherical level, it is the energy of the Archangel Metatron, the ultraviolet flame of life that keeps us in a constant state of transformation and regeneration. It is the energy that helps us to stay neutral, that puts us into a state of compassion, because neutrality is compassion. And if you're not into the state of compassion, how can you accept your shadows and all the unresolved past issues to then undergo the process of self-forgiveness? So this energy helps us to stay into the state of compassion, to stay neutral, and not to be victim of our shadows anymore, victim of the past anymore, victim of the negative energies, but to be the observer, okay? And let's say in a constant state of transformation where we are able to transform the energy all around us, because a Transcendental Quantum Reiki practitioner is a divine portal of this very powerful transformative energy called the Metatron energy, okay? Which is, let's say, the closest energy to what I like to call divine singularity, which is the supreme spirit, okay? Which is, let's say, bright white light. And then there's this ultraviolet energy that permits the supreme spirit to express itself in the terms of time and space and creation. in its manifestive power. So this is the energy of the Archangel Metatron. It is the energy of compassion. It is the energy of transformation. It is the energy even of to manifest the divine willpower of the Great Spirit, which at the end of the day is us. As Sai Baba said in the past to his disciples, I am God, but you don't know, you yourselves don't know that you are God, but I know that I am God. So it's time for each one of us to know that we are all the Great Spirit, the Great Divine, with this very powerful manifestive power that can transform our lives and the lives of many other people, and transform even the very nature of time and space, the very fabric of time and space. Okay, we have this power, and it's time to understand it. Okay. And yes, when we're talking about the concept of us being the infinite encased in infinite spaces, we are talking about sacred geometry. And this is also known to be the Metatron cube, but it is also known to be the Merkaba of life. And this is the very structure of our spiritual temple, the geometrical structure of infinite possibilities of our soul. It is the higher heart chakra. This is where all the divine power of the Great Spirit conveys, manifests, and expands. Okay? And this clearly makes us understand that as human beings, we are indeed very powerful energy portals. We are natural particle accelerators. Because when we talk about how the energy converges into us, it comes from above and it comes from below, and it passes through the spinal cord and it converges right there. And then we have this explosion of beautiful divine energy of love and peace and transformative energy that transforms our lives and transforms the lives of other people. Okay? And the spinal cord, of course, is a natural particle accelerator with all its nervous system, where the divine masculine and divine feminine goes this way, boom, and creates our own personal etherical big bang of pure love and peace. Okay, and this is in very pure words, just to give the idea of how powerful Transcendental Quantum Reiki is all about. And of course, on energy terms, this is how we function. Okay, this is the higher heart chakra. The energy comes from above, from below, boom, and then we have this divine power right there. It's as if that the infinite converges itself into its human level of existence, and it expresses itself through our human body. So that means that we are very powerful energy catalyzers. And this is, let's say, an explanation on quantum terms, okay? And what do we manifest in between our hands? What is the type of power that we manifest in between our hands? The very matrix of existence itself, the very matrix of time and space that can be anything, according to the divine willpower of who we truly are. And this is the type of energy that we manifest in between our hands in the end, okay? That we send to people and that we receive for ourselves. So it's like holding the entire universe. It's like holding the very beginning of the universe itself, the very matrix of the beginning of time and space, okay? So this is the type of energy that we send to people. We are capable of manifesting this in between our hands, okay? And this is Transcendental Quantum Reiki, explained in very, 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 very layman terms, okay? What can I say? I've got many, let's say, testimonials who have done the course, and they have undergone many, many life-changing experiences. For an example, even people who have received this modality as a holistic, let's say, treatment, okay? Because I've seen many people coming to me, many people have received the energy of Transcendental Quantum Reiki, and many people have walked out of the door totally transformed, and even their lives transformed, because it provokes a chain reaction of transformation. It works on soul level. It cleanses the souls from all karmical issues in a very fast and rapid way, because when you do Transcendental Quantum Reiki, it's like going on the acceleration. It's like going on the acceleration way, okay, of a motorway. You're practically driving on a highway which has 3 different lanes, and Transcendental Quantum Reiki is a very powerful accelerator, because things are running faster nowadays. Time is running faster. The world is changing. The vibrational frequencies are more elevated. And this is a method which is truly adapted and perfect for the times that we are living in, especially for the vibrational frequencies of the earth that is changing. So we need these types of new modalities to face the changes, to let's say, adapt ourselves to the changes and be ourselves the change, okay? Be ourselves that transformative power that helps us to claim back our power to be the change, to be the masters of our destiny, okay? And of course, this is self-mastery. This is the alchemy of self-mastery, okay? That Transcendental Quantum Reiki teaches throughout all the 4 levels. And of course, you will learn this in level 1. I've seen even people healing from physical diseases as well. I remember a child in USA. She was affected by leukemia. And after 3 sessions of Transcendental Quantum Reiki, she overcame leukemia, and now she's growing up as a beautiful woman, for an example, okay? And I remember in Australia, when I used to work on autistic children, for an example, there was one in particular, and his father brought me to him. He couldn't even stay still, because autistic children cannot stay still. They are always in constant movement. They have a very powerful, they have a very intense, let's say, energy movement within themselves, especially in their autonomic nervous system, and they can't control it. They are always in some sort of, let's say, energy overload, let's call it this way. And the nervous system is short-circuiting, okay? So his father had to keep him still and hold him, and I did the Transcendental Quantum Reiki on his father, of course, because his father was the passage of this energy, and then the energy passed on to him. In let's say, the time of 1 week, the child changed its attitude. The child was capable of controlling himself even better. His movements were getting better. And of course, he was becoming one of the model students at school as well, because then the next time I saw him, he was very, very far more, let's say, in balance with himself, more focused. So that was a very, very good result. And I can have many, many other examples as well, especially when going on to practicing on level 4, because this modality has 4 different levels, okay? Level 1, you will become, let's say, the basic Transcendental Quantum Reiki practitioner, which is already very powerful, where you will learn how to, let's say, access your divine power through the higher heart chakra, for an example, okay? And activate, let's say, your Metatron cube, your inner Merkaba within you, to become a very powerful energy portal. Level 2 is the refinement of the modality, where there is applied kinesiology. So that's when we are starting to go into the more applied scientific level with energy healing to really verify that it works. So in level 2, there is applied kinesiology, where you will learn to do the kinesiological tests to verify the various negative issues in the person to transform, and attune yourself to the necessary energies that will work surgically on those issues and bring them out from the roots, okay? So it's very interesting, applied kinesiology to energy healing, to Transcendental Quantum Reiki. And of course, you will learn how to do the divine alignment of the vertebrates, because Transcendental Quantum Reiki permits even to align the vertebrates. There is a modality called divine alignment. In Transcendental Quantum Reiki, we call it holographical alignment of the vertebrates. And that means, let's say, putting the person back into a perfectly connective state between the sky and the ground, between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, where the spinal cord straightens up. You can see the vertebrates straightening up, the back is straightening up, the shoulder blades are moving, and the feet come back to their perfect, let's say, length as well. And this happens in level 2. So it's very interesting, this, okay? It's very good for the back. It works very on physical level. And of course, it's a very powerful cleansing modality, because it takes away all the negative energies that stops the vertebrates from being perfectly aligned, okay? And the 3rd level, we're going more into the quantum. In the 3rd level, in very little words, you are going to learn, of course, that we have 13 chakras and how to activate them and cleanse them through Transcendental Quantum Reiki using the sacred geometrical matrix of the Metatron cube of the Merkaba, sending it into the chakras. But you will even learn how to project your consciousness from your human level of existence into the microcosmical level of existence and become this vehicle of light, because Merkaba is Sanskrit and it means vehicle of light. And you will become this vehicle of light. And from there on, from your 3rd eye, you will be capable of projecting yourself into the consciousness of the receiver, traveling into the astral body of the receiver, seeing all the chakras, seeing all the pranal channels, and sending light and energy where it's needed. There are dark areas, energy isn't flowing, you're sending an outburst of light as you yourself, as this vehicle traveling inside the person in this fantastic journey. And even seeing the issues popping out and just dissolving. And on the third level, you'll be even capable of entering the akashic records of the person through a chakra called the causal chakra right behind the cervical. And you can even time travel into the past lives of that person and become, let's say, an advisor from the future of that past version of that person to help them overcome trauma of past life. So this is very interesting indeed, okay? And this is the third level. The fourth level is even more intricate. The fourth level was designed really to remove, let's say, energy parasites that have the tendency to grab hold onto the astral body and to embed themselves into various parts of the astral body, okay? And the fourth level is holographical quantum surgery. And there you will furtherly understand the advanced level of astral anatomy, how the chakras work. They have orbitals, and if they're not turning, they're not working, the chakras, okay, because they react exactly like atoms, the chakras, okay? And you will learn how to separate the astral body from the physical body and work on the astral body, doing quantum surgery on each chakra and even removing certain parasitical implants from the various parts of the astral body that impedes the pranic energy, the life force, to flow properly, okay? And that even impedes the person to have a peaceful life and a peaceful relationship with him or herself. And then you will learn to put the astral body back into the physical body. And then you will learn to pull out the soul as well, the energy of the soul. And of course, send it into the light of the divine singularity, the Supreme Spirit, that acts like a very powerful divine washing machine for the soul to cleanse it on karmic level, okay? To remove all the low vibrational frequencies of karma and to put it into the state of light, which is dharma, okay? And then the soul comes back and then you replace it back into the body. I've had people experiencing level 4 and they really feel pulled out of the body and taken to the light in this case. So it is a very powerful experience. And beyond this, you will even learn long distance healing, how to travel with the Merkaba, teleport yourself from one place to the other and operate distantly in astral form to send energy and light to people who need distant healing as well. Okay, so this is very interesting, of course. Anyway, I've been talking quite a lot and I would like to know if someone has any questions, okay? And then we will be approaching the meditative part, of course. So, have I been easy in explaining Transcendental Quantum Reiki in a very blah, blah, blah terminology? Because it is a very, very vast topic indeed to crunch into a space of 1 hour, okay? Or less than 1 hour. Very, very vast indeed. So, you know, do it to believe it, okay? Do it to experience it, and you will really realize what I'm trying to say, okay, in very poor human words. Anyway, someone has written in the chat. Let's see if I can see. Yes, okay. Laila Houdina, regarding the healing parts, does it help with fear and blockage? Yes, it does, Laila, because the principle of spirituality is to help us to understand what fear is all about, to sit in our fear, to accept it, to give it love and transform it. And this is when we become the powerful divine, let's say, operator on ourselves. We are in a state of transforming all the illusion of fear into what I can consider the manifestative part of our wisdom of the here and now. Because fear is connected to how we were educated. It's connected to unresolved issues of the past that then determines how our subconscious mind works, okay, in a non-constructive way in this case. That then gives us a non-constructive mindset, it gives us a negative mindset that then determines our attitude. Then through our attitude, our destiny. But through Transcendental Quantum Reiki, we will go through this, and of course, yes, fear will be transformed into wisdom, into awareness, okay? This is what it's all about. And Rola Saba, I want a copy of the first image. This will come with the handout. Okay, okay. And Zafar, I have a few queries. Yes, Zafar, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me stop the sharing of the screen for a moment so I can see each one of you easily. Go ahead, Zafar.
Thank you. I have actually today I am attending first time this session. I have minor queries. First, what is the difference between traditional Reiki and this Reiki? What is the main difference?
Well, you know, honestly, I haven't really studied the traditional Reiki, okay? But how did the name Reiki come out? Because, of course, all energy modalities are addressed to make people convey energy from themselves into their hands and towards other people, okay? All I can say that it is an amplifier. It is a next step, because in my course, I've had many Reiki practitioners coming to do Transcendental Quantum Reiki. I've got an example in New York. In New York, most of my students were Reiki masters. And in that time when I was teaching it, it wasn't called Transcendental Quantum Reiki, but it was called Transcendental Quantum Healing, okay? And after the first level, they came back for the second level, and they were sharing me their experiences. They were saying, Giancarlo, this is amazing, because as Reiki practitioners now applying the knowledge of Transcendental Quantum Healing, activating this part of ourselves, which is the multidimensional matrix of our soul of infinite possibilities, our capabilities to convey energy and to give energy to people have furtherly amplified in an exponential way. The results are faster, are more rapid, and people are so amazed. So we personally consider it the next step of Reiki, the next evolutionary step of Reiki. We personally consider it an advanced level, an advanced version of Reiki. It's evolution. And when they talked to me about this, they insisted to put the word Reiki as well. And I didn't quite agree at the beginning, honestly, because I knew that if I would have put the word Reiki, of course, it would have been seen, even before knowing it, as any other type of Reiki method, because there are so many Reiki methods out there, okay? And no one knows what to choose exactly. But suddenly, in the class, there was the image of the founder of the traditional Reiki. There was the image of Uzui right in front of me. And while they were practicing, because I have the tendency to channel spirits, and I go into trance and spirits start to talk through me, but don't get afraid. If anyone is frightened, it's nothing frightening. Channeling is a beautiful experience, and it's channeling the intelligent spiritual energies and being a messenger of peace, okay, being an ambassador of light. Anyway, I've had this since my childhood. Suddenly I just went into trance, and all the room became cloudy, and it was all energy and light. And the only thing that was right in front of me, so clear, was the image of Uzui, okay? And I thought, how comes I can only see the image of Uzui while all is blurry in light around? I can't even see my students. And suddenly I felt the breeze of the wind coming out of his image and his hand touching my shoulder. And I turned around and I saw him. He has a big hand, by the way, large fingers, and a bit chubby. And I said, listen, you're the person of the photograph. And he said, yes, it's me, in Japanese. And he clearly told me, listen, those students of yours are even my students, because they have learned traditional Reiki, and they are honest and sincere with you, and they have talked with their heart. I know that this is not Reiki, it is different, but everything changes in life. He clearly told me that the butterfly is different to the caterpillar. Everything changes. The world is changing, and people should learn to embrace the change. Because if we are spiritual, we are pioneers of the mystery, and we should be fearless pioneers of the mystery to discover more and more, and not just stay still in one modality and stay stuck there, because then we are not evolving anymore, okay? So we have to always be constantly open and to pioneer fearlessly, because fear is an illusion. It gives us a distorted vision of spiritual research and being opened, and we feel frightened and we close ourselves and we feel safe in that modality, and that's it, it's game over. but in reality, we have to be pioneers and understand what's new. So from there on, okay, he disappeared and I was coming out of the trance and my students were waiting and they thought, what's going on with Giancarlo? They were quite worried because when I go deep, I go really deep. And one had a glass of water and said, what's happened, Giancarlo? And I told them what happened. And in the end, from there on, I decided to add the word Reiki.
Okay, sir. Sir, next, just a brief need answer.
Yes.
That what is the origin of this Reiki? And number two, in traditional Reiki, we are using the universal energy.
Yes.
In this, we are using the same energy, or it is a special energy, and from where that energy is coming.
Well, yes.
I have another query. After this, I will put.
Go ahead. It's fine. It's fine. Well, in this modality, we are accelerating ourselves to furtherly amplify our capabilities to convey this energy. In Transcendental Quantum Reiki, the divine energy is called divine singularity, okay? Because we are all singularity, from the infinitely great to our human level of existence, to our cells, to our DNA, to our atoms, and from the atoms we go back to being the infinite greatness of the universe. And this is, let's say, the infinite energy of the void, okay? Which is consciousness, divine consciousness, and this is the divine supreme spirit. So we call it divine singularity. And we learn to connect ourselves to this energy in a very direct and powerful way through the concept of sacred geometry, which is the concept of the Merkaba, which in Transcendental Quantum Reiki is the Merkaba of life. It is the higher heart chakra that makes us become very powerful particle accelerators and portals, okay? So indeed, it is an amplifier for who has already done Reiki, but it even gives the Reiki practitioner a more deeper and introspective journey on how energy works and how it arrives as well. So you're stepping into a new level of awareness, okay? For a while, who has never practiced energy healing, it's a totally new method for who's never practiced energy healing. For an example, in a class of the past, I had a director of Snyder. I had the director of Snyder. It's an electronics company, okay. And he came with his wife. She's a holistic practitioner, and they both did level 1, and she continued until the other levels. And he was a very rational person, closed, rational, you know, always scientific. And all I can say that after the level 1, he had his channels opened. He was practically distant seeing, he was remote viewing, he was practically doing distant energy healing. And it was quite an amazing result, really, for a person like this. So, you know, it is indeed a reawakening modality, because if we have to talk about healing now, it's not a question of healing, but it's a question of putting us back into our awareness of how we are divinely perfect. So it's a question of reawakening ourselves from the illusion of not being divine perfection that then puts us into the illusion of illness, where we are eluding ourselves of needing healing, okay? But when we start to reawaken ourselves, we are breaking through this illusion and we are going back to the awareness of divine perfection. It's going back home, divine singularity. And now from there, we become the miracle makers of ourselves, contributing in the best of ways towards life and helping people, as many people as possible, to reawaken themselves. So it is a very powerful reawakening modality from level 1, okay? I've had very rational people come into my courses, but, you know, they just walked out of the door and, you know, they are forcing in a very ample way. And yes, and it's a very life-changing experience indeed. I'm not saying I'm not saying it because of me, but, you know, it's because what I've seen, because, you know, I just channel, I teach, I'm following the divine directive, but it's what I see in people. Yes.
Last small query, sorry for my fellows that I am taking their time also. Sir, this Reiki, this Reiki, quantum Reiki, this is a belief that what are you are saying, we with close eye, we have to believe on you, or is there any science behind it?
Well, you know, can you repeat the question again? I couldn't hear you properly. You're talking about
yeah,
belief, okay?
Okay, I am talking about quantum Reiki.
Yes.
it is belief. It is belief that what are you saying? We believe on you with closed eyes, or some science behind it, so that we can get some proof that the science scientifically it is proven. This is just
okay.
yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, you know, I've seen people change, and from level 2, there is the scientific proof as well. That's why I've decided to apply the kinesiological test to verify from the subconscious mind if the energy is there and if the energy is working. Because when you do the kinesiological test, you are interrogating the subconscious mind, and the kinesiological test is a clinical approach, okay? It's a psychiatrical approach, it's a psychological approach to interrogate the subconscious mind, okay? It's even also used in EFT, okay? So, you know, why did I decide to put this? Even to verify and to make students understand that the energy is there, it's working, it's changing. Let's say, for an example, in my subconscious mind, I have the emotional issue of anger trapped within my subconscious mind, okay? And of course, there are even the roots, okay, the cause, the original cause of this anger that goes back to childhood, to past lives, who knows, okay? Now you've got a list of all the negative emotions, and you're doing the kinesiological test, and anger turns out, okay? And now you're testing the subconscious mind on what level is anger, from 0 to 10, and now it's 7, okay? It's a high level of anger within the subconscious, and maybe the effect on the person is passive-aggressive, and the effect of the person on attitudinal level is being passive-aggressive. That isn't making life for this person easy at work, in family, and they're not feeling well with themselves as well because they are ill physically, you know, the stomach, and of course it affects the kidneys and the intestine. Anyway, the subconscious mind says that there is the anger within themselves, okay? And what is the origin? Okay, in my during the childhood, my brother was considered more than me, and I was considered less. I felt put aside, and I had to be angry to gain attention, okay? But then the corresponding energy to heal anger, for an example, it can be the energy frequency of Raphael, the Archangel Raphael. We give names to these energy frequencies to understand them on human level, but it's all a question of frequency and energy. It comes with a certain color. So now through Transcendental Quantum Reiki, you are tuning yourself to this energy. You are transmitting this energy to the person after the kinesiological test. The energy is working on the person. You've sent the person into a state of trance, of course, because you have to learn how to put the person into a state of hypnosis to make the person receive this energy easily, okay? The energy is working, all is flowing, but then after the process, you do the kinesiological test again, and you discover that the level of anger trapped within the subconscious mind has been lowered from 7 till 1. And then you're still doing the test, and now it's 0. So this is very concrete scientific proof that the energy is there, that energy is actually there, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yes. And of course, I always invite my students to give their own perspective of what spirituality is all about, because we all say, many people say we have 7 chakras and the colors of the chakras are this, that at the end of the day, it's all down to energy, matrix of the consciousness. The possibilities are infinite. So what is our way to become the best versions of ourselves? This is the key, okay? This is the key. So, you know, spirituality can't be the same for everyone. But when we are in a process of reawakening, then we start to understand that we are supreme divine light, we are divine singularity, and we are irradiating throughout our light a concept of reality called time and space. And through this holographical concept, we can give our own free interpretation on what spirituality is all about. We create our gods, we create our archetypes, we create the astral body, we create ways to tap into our own divine infinite energy. So it's going back to authenticity, okay? And all these are, let's say, fragments of who we are. It's going back to oneness, okay? Yes. Okay, now, there is time for a last question. If anyone wants to make another query, if it's all okay, have I been simple? And then we will get into the meditative process, okay? Any other questions? All is good?
Hello. This is Layla.
Hello, Leila.
Yes, I have written on the chat another question. I'm not sure if you have seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's related. Can we learn this modality in addition, for example, to angelic Reiki? Or we should focus only on this one? And are they different? Would you have an idea about the difference between both of them?
Well, you know, I've never done angelic Reiki, but at the same time, I can say that this modality can be perfectly applied to angelic Reiki. If you do angelic Reiki, this modality will further attune yourself to the angelical energies, okay? And will further amplify your capabilities, because let's say you can consider it an upgrade, a quantum upgrade, okay, a spiritual upgrade to the capabilities that you already have. So this is what Transcendental Quantum Reiki is all about, even for energy practitioners, okay, who have already done other modalities. So it's an upgrade. So you can perfectly apply it to angelical Reiki, and you can even apply angelical Reiki to Transcendental Quantum Reiki. They both work perfectly together, but Transcendental Quantum Reiki opens you up furthermore. So it somehow upgrades you, okay? This is what it does.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, you're welcome. Well, now it is time to step into the meditative part, okay? Time to step into the mystery, okay? Where we are going to do some cleansing with the Merkaba of the Archangel Metatron itself, okay? I'm going to put each one of you into a profound state of relaxation. I'm going to put some musical background. I compose meditative music. So I would like to put a relaxing shamanic musical background, okay? And you just have to follow my guidance initially, where we'll be practically under the whole entire universe, and then you will see this magical divine crystal, which is the Metatron cube, coming from the universe and bringing down energy into your crown chakra and operating on all levels of your astral body and on your soul, and operating a very powerful cleansing modality on each one of you, okay? So just relax and enjoy. Now I'm going to, let's say, share the musical part. I have to make a, let's say, a trial to see if you can hear the music. Okay. Can you hear the music, and can you hear my voice at the same time? Because important is hearing the music and my voice at the same time, okay?
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Perfect, okay. So we're ready and set to go. Now, to facilitate the process of calming your mind, if you have the possibility to lower the light in your room, to make the light in the room dimmer, it would be ideal, okay? Otherwise, it's fine the same. So now, all you have to do is follow my initial guidance, where you will close your eyes only when I tell you to do so. Oh, sorry, wrong music. Wrong music, sorry. Let's start all over again. Sorry about that. Okay, this is the right music. Let's start all over again, okay? Sorry about that. My apologies for the technical issue of putting the wrong music. Now, all you have to do is follow my initial guidance, where you will close your eyes only when I tell you to do so. So while keeping your eyes open, imagine observing the horizon of a beautiful landscape in nature. And relax every single muscle of your body. Relax the muscles of your legs. Relax the muscles of your arms. Relax your facial muscles while keeping your eyes still opened. And now that you are feeling physically relaxed with your body, I'm going to count until 5. 5 is the number of divine connection. And each time that I count, just breathe in deeply and breathe out. And only when you hear me say 5, you'll take one last deep breath, and thereafter close your eyes and go into a deep state of relaxation. So 1, inhale profoundly, exhale. 2, inhale profoundly, sending the air under your tummy. And exhale. 3, inhale profoundly, sending the air under your tummy. And exhale. 4, inhale profoundly, sending the air under your tummy. And exhale. And 5, take one last deep breath, inhale profoundly. Exhale and close your eyes and relax now. Relax. Just relax and let yourself go in total trust. Listening to this music without time, the music of the ancestors. And following my guidance in total trust, which means trusting yourself. And while relaxing, imagine yourself meditating on top of a high mountain, under a beautiful sky, without clouds. It is a beautiful day, and the sun is shining in the sky, blessing you with its light. And you feel safe in this place, in this sacred place on top of that mountain, the sacred mountain. Feeling the breeze of the wind, caressing every single cell of your body, caressing your mind, caressing your soul, where all the stress and negativities accumulated in these days, weeks, months, and years are being blown away from your mind and from all your cells with this breeze, like dust being blown into the sky, vortexing upwards and never ever to come back. And you are feeling more and more relaxed now. The sun is starting to go down. And while the sun is going down, the sky is becoming darker and darker. It's sunset. The day is over. and the sun is starting to disappear beyond the horizon. As you see the sun going down, your mind is calming itself more and more. And more your mind is calming itself, making you feel in peace. The sun is going down and down. And all the mental activities of your brain are slowing down. And you feel a sensation of peace and stillness arising in your mind, within you, around you. As the sun disappears beyond the horizon, and the sky is dark, and you can see all the stars appearing in the sky, the night sky, and you see the first star, the most luminous star, the polar star, the star of the direction, with its bright white light. Now focus your attention on the polar star, and focus your attention on your breathing. Breathing in a calm and gentle way and sending the air under your belly, as if that your lungs continue until your belly and under, while you feel more and more relaxed. Now this magical star is starting to move in the sky, and it's starting to come towards you. And as it gets closer, you start to see it appear as a magical crystal called the Merkaba, vehicle of light. It is a powerful divine portal that conveys all the divine energies of the cosmos, of the universe, into existence itself, determining the divine order of existence. This beautiful magical crystal is coming towards you, and you notice that it is starting to irradiate not only bright white light, which is the light of the Supreme Divine. It is irradiating different colors, like the colors of the rainbow, different frequencies, angelical frequencies. And it's coming now above you, it's hovering above you like a beautiful shining crystal. And its light is starting to come down towards you like a waterfall of light. And it's hot, and it's vortexing above your head, above your crown chakra, this light, opening your crown chakra like a beautiful flower. And now the light from this beautiful crystal above you, the Merkaba, this divine portal of all the healing energies of the cosmos, is pouring down through your open crown chakra into your third eye, cleansing your third eye with all its beautiful colors and frequencies. And you can feel this energy gently coming down through your crown chakra from this beautiful magical crystal above called the Merkaba, as heat and freshness gently pouring down from your third eye and going down to your throat chakra and vortexing in your throat chakra to expand its energy. And now the light is gently pouring downwards like a waterfall of pure energy of peace, bliss, love. And it's going to your heart chakra, freeing your heart chakra from all the low energies that gives you a sense of heaviness around your chest, where you're starting to breathe freely now. And you're feeling lighter and lighter, lighter and lighter as the frequency of your consciousness rises. And this energy goes downwards to the chakra of your solar plexus, where you're having a sensation of freshness and heat in the chakra of your solar plexus, and a sensation of peace from that chakra expanding throughout your body and throughout your aura. You are losing the perception of time and space, and the perception of what's around you, where there is only peace and stillness within and around, as this energy goes to the second chakra, enlightening the second chakra as a sacred fire. It is the center of your creative power to create in a positive way, in a constructive way. It helps you to evolve through positive attitudes and actions. And now the energy is going to your ground chakra, and it ignites as a beautiful red sun, expanding its light throughout your hips and downwards through your legs, like the roots of a tree made of red light, to your feet, and goes down deep into the ground from the mountain top, where you are grounding yourself to the heart of Mother Earth. And all this energy coming from above, from this magical crystal, this divine portal, into your body, all those angelical frequencies are bringing divine order wherever it's needed. It's all expanding in all the parts of your body, embracing your cells, penetrating your cells, embracing your DNA as a vortex of rainbow colors, and cleansing your DNA from all epigenetical issues. And now, permit this light that is operating within your body to expand beyond the boundaries of your body, like fire, like a beautiful fire of so many beautiful rainbow colors. And you are sitting in the very center of this fire, which has now become your aura, rising towards the universe. And focus on your breathing. Feel the peace, the stillness, the calmness within and around. And focus on your breathing, breathing in a calm and gentle way. Breathing in this light, breathing out this light, breathing this beautiful healing energy, this fiery light within and around. And contemplate this moment for an instance in silence, an instance of eternity. Where in this moment, as you are contemplating this sacred, divine instance of eternity, you can feel the presence of the ancestors around you, dancing, honoring you, celebrating. Knowing that you are opening a door to further evolve in the discovery of who you are. Understanding how to work on yourself on this level of acceptance and openness towards the divine that flows from the universe within you and expands from within all around. And now, repeat these words, this mantra, after me in this elevated state of contemplation. I am peace. I am love. I am one with peace. I am one with love. I am peace. I am love. I am one with peace. I am one with love. I am peace. I am love. I am one with peace. I am one with love. I am peace. I am love. I am one with peace. I am one with love. And take one deep breath with a nice and feel how the energy flows. And now it is time to come back into here and now. So start taking deep breaths, feeling this energy flowing and flowing, breathing with your tummy. And start moving the fingers of your hands and the toes of your feet while doing so. Where from now on, I'm going to count until 5. And each time that I count, you will take 1, you will breathe in deeply and breathe out. And only when you hear me say 5, you'll take one last deep breath, sending the air down into your tummy, and you'll breathe out with a nice and thereafter open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. So 1, inhale profoundly and exhale. 2, inhale profoundly and exhale. 3, inhale profoundly and exhale. 4, inhale profoundly and exhale. 5, take one last deep breath, inhale profoundly Exhale with a nice and open your eyes with a beautiful smile on your face. And let's just remain for another moment in a state of contemplation. Keeping your eyes open, or you can close them again, to permit the energy that has been generated from this meditation to keep working and stabilize itself. And of course, this energy will accompany you until necessary throughout the night and tomorrow throughout the day. And here we are. Here we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome back from this beautiful experience. Okay. Now, before saying goodbye, because I think that there is no time to share, because my time has run out, but important that you have all had your beautiful, powerful, uplifting, cleansing experience. Have you all had this? I'm sure about it. The energy will still work, okay? Drink lots of water. But now, before saying goodbye, of course, I have to share the slide again, because I forgot to share something important regarding, let's say, regarding the dates of the course, of course, and the costs, and of course, even the amazing discount that Illuminations would like to make, okay? So one moment, please. Let me open up the slides again, because I closed them by mistake. Okay, it's opening up, it's opening up, it's opening up. Okay, perfect. The slides are opened. Are you all here? Very good. Everyone is still there. Okay, just sharing the screen now, okay? Perfect. Now let's go down to here. Gosh, look at me, so elegant with a tie shirt, jacket. Anyway, now these are the first levels, and until the fourth level, these are the dates. So before saying goodbye, the first level will be on the 15th of October and the 16th from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. because each level has the duration of 2 days. It's 2 days of teaching for each level, okay? 2 very intensive days, okay? And of course, the cost is, I had 1,254 level 1, and then we have level 2, which is November the 19th and the 20th, always 10 a.m., 6 p.m., okay? And the prices are here. Then we have level 3, which is December the 10th and 11th, 2021, always the same timing. And level 4, December the 17th and 18th, 10, 6 p.m. And of course, if you want to enroll yourself for all the 4 levels, there's an amazing 20% discount that Illuminations gives, okay? And of course, if you enroll yourself for all the 4 levels, it will be indeed a very, very, very powerful period of transformation, because of course, it's not that you only learn during the weekend, but of course there is homework to do as well, practice, okay? So it will be constant work it will be constant intense work in this period. And of course, there will be even supportive groups as well. So let's say after level 1, there will be a supportive group before level 2, and there will be a supportive group before level 3, and so and so. So it will be a constant, let's say, learning process and constant assistance from my side as well, okay? And of course, you will be all inserted into the TQR group, because the group is getting wider and wider with all the veterans. So from there, and there will be, and from there, you know, there will be other things that will be organized as well, so practice as well. So yes, many things will occur from there on, okay? But anyway, if you're undecided to enroll for all the 4 levels, you can come in for level 1 and see how it goes from there, of course, okay? And even you can even do level 2, and maybe it depends upon how you feel. But if you want to enroll for all the 4 levels, that will be great, of course. It will be a great choice, okay? Otherwise, you can even try level 1 and see how it goes from there as well, okay? So this is all that I wanted to share. And for the rest of the info, if you want more info about about the prices and how to enroll yourself, you just have to contact Illuminations, of course, okay? You just have to contact Illuminations, and they'll give you all the necessary info about how to enroll yourself and blah, 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 and all the rest. Each one of you will be receiving a handout, of course, during the course, with all the illustrations and my drawings, of course. And of course, there will be very powerful initiations. There will be very powerful cleansing processes, and all these initiations and cleansing processes can be recorded. And of course, you have to work on yourself, and you can re-listen to the recordings of the powerful initiations and meditative reawakening processes and cleansing processes as well, because we will be going really for a very deep initiative cleansing process to raise the vibrational frequency of our consciousness. So you will receive the handouts and the recordings as well of these parts as well, okay? So that's all, folks. And would anyone like to say something? Otherwise, I can just say goodbye from here and hope to see you all maybe, okay? Hope to see you all maybe, or some of you turn up for Transcendental Quantum Reiki. Okay, then, if nobody wants to say anything, goodbye, and many blessings, many blessings, many blessings.